job seekers can sell their skills and experience to employer of labor. People call it elevator speech. I call it pitch yourself. So number one, be authentic. You need to present yourself genuinely and honestly, showcasing your unique skills, experience, and personality while on the show. Secondly, you need to definitely stay conscious, keep your pitches very clear, focus and to the point, avoid unnecessary details, and ensure your message is easily understood. Please kindly take note. Number three, you need to highlight your strengths, emphasize your key strengths, accomplishments, and qualifications that make you stand out as a candidate. Please, you need to flow with me on this. Number four says practice professionalism. I'm expecting that you maintain a professional demeanor throughout the pitch process, including your attire, which I know you guys look very sharp about it, your language, and of course, say out, so that will definitely project and represent your personality to the public. Of course, number five, you must engage the audience, connect with the audience by delivering your pitch with passion, confidence, and energy. Capture their attention and leave a lasting impression, because this material will definitely be going out on social media as well. Number six is very critical. There is no job placement guaranteed on this platform. Nevertheless, we cannot guarantee. We will actively promote your resume to recruiters locally and internationally. What that means is that I'm not telling you for the fact that you're on this platform, I'm going to give you a job. But what I can guarantee is that we will definitely promote your resume and see how employers of labor recruiters can reach out to you. Already we have two recruiters in Middle East that desire to engage Nigerians for a remote job. And after this episode, we'll be forwarding this episode to those two recruiters in the Middle East to look at it and say, okay, if Daniel or Elijah will be suitable for this remote job. And that job will definitely be paid in foreign currencies. And I wish you guys the best of luck on that. Number seven, grant opportunity. Our partners have generously donated. We have a partner that generously donated 30,000, to give out to whoever comes out very as the best. I don't want to say winner, but the best pitch candidates today on this platform. So a big shout out to Buy From Hadi website, buyfromhadi.com. That will be giving out 30,000 for the best pitch. And of course, the public episode upload. This episode will be uploaded on YouTube, and the link will definitely be made public for you to share with your family and friends. And what that means is that takes us to the number 9, which is the final one, the voting process. The job seeker with the highest number of votes will be declared the winner 25 days from now. The votes will be made public, and of course the winner will receive his payment of 30,000 immediately, which Ifeanyi will definitely take care of that. So 9 rules, 9 information, comments, suggestion, process that you must know before we hit on the press button. Are you guys comfortable? If you are comfortable, please can I see a yes, a yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for that clarity. All right then, Ifeanyi, you ready? Emmanuel, you ready? Daniel, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay then.
Yes, I am. Thank you, sir.
Okay then, time for everything under the sun. A time to be born, a time to go to school, a time when you need to look for that dream job of yours, and a time when you definitely need to get that dream job, and a time when you need to also desire to start a business as a startup. This is the time for the job show. It's called Pitch Yourself episode, Battle of the Job Seekers, episode 11. And of course, I have Daniel, I have Akinyemi Okelola Daniel, and I also have Emmanuel Adelaja. Okay, we're going to start with Okelola Daniel. Holds a BSc in Biochemistry from the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. He currently works as a Pharmacist Assistant at Grottos Pharmacy. Correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay, thank you so much. And of course, I have Adelaja Emmanuel. Adelaja Emmanuel holds a BA in History and Strategic Studies from the University of Lagos. He currently works as a lead designer at Vepla Institute, correct?
The lead designer for Zorfts Technology, not Vepla Institute.
Thank you so much. Zorfts Technology.
Zorfts Technology.
Can you
Yes,
spell
sir.
that out?
Zorfts.
Z-O-R-R-F-T-S.
FTS. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
technology. Okay, if I take notes, the information on the portal is wrong. Okay, thank you so much for putting me on track on that. All right, then. We have 5 questions, and the 6 questions will be general questions. And I'm going to start with Daniel. Daniel, this is for you. Can you share with us a bit
Yeah.
about your background and how your education in biochemistry has influenced your career path as a pharmacist assistant? The time starts now. 3 minutes.
Okay. I come from a family of five parents and 3 children. As we all know, biochemistry study of the workings of life. Basically, what that is telling us, there are several processes in this life. To the naked eye, it looks as something that is just very straightforward. But biochemistry allow me know in that process there are also thousands of other little processes that take place in the blink of an eye. In a microsecond, this process takes place. And how that relates to myself. As a pharmacist, every day we see new people coming in different complaints. They might have an headache, they might have an headache, head pain, or what have you. To the naked eye, it's like just different for each one and another. But what biochemistry talks about, that eating of lead would lead to many different processes, which in turn causes that leg pain, which is the only thing we are focusing on. So for us to fully treat them, we need to tackle those minute and those numerous processes that happen in microseconds for us to fully treat.
All right, thank you so much for that depth. I don't know if I'm the one. My audio is kind of. Can you guys hear him very well?
The audio quality is
Not
poor
really,
from
sir.
here too.
All right, so Daniel, I think there's a problem with your audio. I'm gonna go back to Emmanuel. Why we try much as possible to sort that out clearly before we get back to you. Emmanuel, this is for you. And it says here,
Yes,
with
sir.
background in history and strategic studies, how do you leverage your academic knowledge and skills in your role as a lead designer at Zorfts Technology? Your time starts now.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for the question. So first of all, I'm going to emphasize my role in Zorfts Technology. So as the lead designer, I'm tasked with the responsibility of handling the product design and the graphic design aspects. And now I'm going to emphasize on my course of study, history and strategic studies, the core components, which include the critical analysis of resource documents. So history is all about trying to tell the past, trying to tell past events. And to do this, we make use of methodologies that can range from sources of history. And it is no news that these sources of history are distorted. Many of them are biased, many of them fall short in many ways. So as historians, we have been tasked with the responsibility of critical analysis of each of these sources that we attempt to use to tell events of the past. So the point of critical analysis of documents has shaped my skill as a lead graphic designer in a way that before any project starts, I critically assess what has been done, right? Because without critical assessment, we can't do something or create a product of proof. So we make critical assessments of these products by doing our research, competitor analysis, trying to see better ways of doing a product in a way that hasn't been done before. So that is one point, critical analysis of this document. Now, the next point I will emphasize is collaboration. So in history, we make use of the interdisciplinary approach in order to get the best results. So we borrow methodologies from other disciplines, right? Because events of the past can't fully be recreated alone. So we make use of methodologies from other disciplines. Now, as a lead designer, I don't know it all, right? Even though I'm the lead. So oftentimes we collaborate with other designers. I have team of designers that work together. So we collaborate, we come up with new ideas, we task ourselves with delivering new creative ideas to solving the problem. So these 2 points, which I've gained from history and strategic studies, I've successfully been able to apply it in my role as a lead graphic designer. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for that in-depth. That's a very deep one. You actually took me back to the class. Thank you for sharing that. I love that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, the man with the D. Are you ready?
Can you hear me better now, sir?
I think it's better now, right?
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for fixing that. This is your question, Okelola Daniel, and it says your second question. What specific skills or experiences do you bring to your role at Grottos Pharmacy, and how do you believe they set you aside or apart from other candidates in the field? I'll take that again. Daniel, it says, what specific skills or experiences do you bring to your role at Grottos Pharmacy, and how do you believe they set you apart from other candidates in that field? Daniel, your time starts now.
Okay, sir. First of all, thank you very much for that question. My first point is that I'm a very customer-friendly person. Whenever a customer comes in, I always make it a top priority for me to make sure that he or she feels very comfortable in the space, so as they can disclose any information without feeling any sort of shame, embarrassment, just to make sure that they know we are on the same team here. Our goal is to make sure their health is perfect. That is for the first one. The second will be during my course of study, that is while I was studying biochemistry. The course changed my way of thinking. Before I went into the higher institution, whenever I saw a problem, I saw that problem as just that, just a problem. But during my course of study, I was taught that a problem, what we see, what faces us as a problem, could be the accumulation of different and several, or how do I put this? It should be a accumulation of um, different different problems altogether. So I was taught not to just tackle the problem as it faces us, but we have to find the root cause of that particular problem, sir. Yes, sir. I think that's all for now, sir.
Thank you so much. I like that. In
You're welcome.
customer service, I think the best form of solving a customer problem is to make them feel very comfortable sharing their concerns with you. And I like the phrase you use, that we are a team, the customers and the caregivers, we are both a team. I like that. Thank you for sharing that. And of course, let's go back to Emmanuel, God with us. Are you ready? This is your question, Emmanuel. Can you share some examples of projects you have led or contributed to at your present job, and how they have impacted the organization and the client? I'll take that again, Emmanuel. It says, can you share examples of projects you have led and contributed to at your present place of work, and how they have impacted your organizations and the client at large? Your time starts now.
All right. So I joined Zorfts Technology at the beginning of this year. And before I joined, they've been having challenges with finding a good UI designer, right? So when I joined and they saw the quality of my work, the clients that own the projects gave positive feedbacks. So I'm going to share a couple of them. So the first one, the first important one now, is a product called Yawa. So it is an emergency reporting application. So this came with a lot of demand, a lot of features, and it was expedient that the product resonates with the target audience. The target audience in this case are a wide range of people, mostly people that are not familiar with technology, right? So it was important that the UX, that is the user experience, was effective. So I started working on this project with team members, of course, and we were able to achieve that in summary. So when the client saw the final product, although it's still in development, but when they saw the prototype, they were very impressed and they sent their feedback to the CEO that they are impressed with the work. And then the CEO reached out to me and was commending my work that, okay, they haven't had this in quite a while and they would like to retain me. Even before I became the lead designer, when I newly joined as just a product designer, I worked on a website design and my speed of delivery was very impressive because the CEO reached out to me. I was like, guy, I love your work. Like, you're very fast. Do you mind if you become the lead designer for my company? And immediately I said yes because apparently is what I needed at that point. So we've worked on a couple of projects together, and then the feedback or the quality of the feedback has been consistent. So we keep getting the same response that okay, your work is superb. I like your UI, I like your designs, and other projects keep coming in. And I can say it's all to the glory of God, really. So yeah, that's it, sir.
I like that. Thank you so much for sharing that. You did talk about customer satisfaction. The clients definitely evangelize your work, and you also talked
So,
about speed. You know that your boss uh, finally came to you and offered you a better position. But the last one that you didn't tell us is after that negotiation of a lead, you didn't tell us how much came with that position. You know, well, it's okay. Let's move on. I like that. Thank you for
thank you,
sharing
sir.
as well. Okay, let's go to Daniel. Daniel, are you ready? This is for you. And it says here, could you describe a particular challenging situation you have faced in your current role and how you successfully navigated it? I'll take that again, Daniel. The question says, the third question, it says, could you describe a particular challenging situation you have faced in your current role and how you successfully navigated it? That means everyone has got a problem at work. Tell us about it.
All right, sir. A major problem the pharmacy has been facing, even before I joined, would be the issue of overstocking. That's they don't know the drugs that they actually need for the customers, because even if they don't have a particular drug today, a customer might walk in, request for that drug, and then they in turn request for that particular drug in excess quantity than they actually need. So when I joined them, my first project was I made a list of all the drugs they had. Then I cross-checked the lists with the invoice, that is the weekly invoice, that is the amount of drugs they get. So I noted the drugs which move faster, the drugs whose demand are more compared to others. So I made a suggestion to the manager and I said, these drugs that they they demand for like more than others, why don't we stock more of those? Then these ones which are really in vogue, which they don't really prescribe, which is only on rare occasions they are given to patients, why don't we reduce the quantity of those? And the manager took it into consideration. He spoke with it with the other higher ups, and they actually took it into effect. And now they say now they have more money saved. They don't have to buy much of everything anymore. They buy more of what they need. They have more money saved. They save energy. That is, they don't really have to be going, they don't really have to be ordering more. They save energy. They don't request for more of the thing, the stress. There's money saved. Now we can also move, they bring in more profits for the company as well, sir.
That's a very good one. I like that, and I must confess that that's the first time I'm hearing that. So overstocking could definitely be a concern in
Yes, sir.
Africa. That's a big one. And I like the part where you also said that you actually went in and did stock. You took stock of everything. That would have been a very long process and tedious.
It was very long, sir.
My God, I can imagine that. Wow, that's a good one. Thanks for sharing that. All right, let's go to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, this is your third question. As a lead designer, what you did talk about methodologies, and this is coming in as well. You said, as a lead designer, what methodology or approaches do you use to ensure that your designs effectively communicate the intended message or meet the client's objective? I'll take that again, Emmanuel. This one says here, as a lead designer, what methodologies or approaches do you use to ensure that your design effectively communicate the intended message or meet the client's objective? Please talk to me.
All right, thank you, sir. So first of all, at the beginning, I mentioned that history has to do with critical analysis of documents, right? And now, as a lead designer, I've been able to apply this same principle in building products. So first of all, we assess previous products, similar products, and this is what we call competitor analysis. So we look at what is currently existing, we do our research, what are the challenges that these companies are having with their products, and how can we make a better informed decision based on them. So at the end of it, the goal is to stand out among the competition. So if you can find out the shortcomings in competitors' products, we're able to create a better product ourselves. So that is one. And then critical analysis of data again. So the data we access from our customer and the target audience, we critically assess all of these things. So critical analysis is important because not all the information out there are true. Some of them are based on sentiments. So in history, that's why it's important that we assess documents carefully and also compare other sources such that everything makes sense together. So in product design, we try to do a wide range of research, analyze each of these findings, and try to come up with a better is a solid ground among all of these findings, so we can make a better informed decision. So the trick is critical analysis of our data and then making better informed decision based on them. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for sharing that thought. Daniel, I'll come back to you. It says here, in what ways do you continue to actively pursue professional development and stay updated on advancements in the field of pharmacy? I'll take that again, Daniel. It says, in what ways do you continue to be actively pursue professional development and stay updated on advancement in the field of pharmacy? Please talk to me, Daniel.
All right, sir. Well, first of all, as we all know, education never ends. Every day we live is an opportunity to learn something new. So, and especially in the field of medicine, every year there are new drugs, new vaccines, new studies that come up that aids our development. There are also some drugs. Every year there are new studies that tackles certain drugs that show us that this drug that we've actually been using for years are actually very toxic to the human system. Then, after those studies are brought up, there are also other studies that look for safer, better, cleaner, greener option that will help the human body more. And also in the pharmacy where I work, we have this, let me call it a study. It's a bi-weekly study where we have a roster. Each person has a topic to teach on. So it's bi-weekly, every 2 weeks. We have a person come and teach us on this particular topic, the new drugs that are in, the safer methods of treating them, the more the better way, like how they can adjust their lifestyle to also aid better treatment. So this is something we do, like I said, bi-weekly. So every 2 weeks, like last week was my opportunity. I had to teach on a particular disease. And while studying for that disease, I discovered that there was this particular drug which for years, for as long as I've been born, even while I was a child, this was a drug that I knew was used for this particular disease. But while going through that study, I discovered that a study from 5 years ago showed that that drug was actually very toxic to the human liver and might cause more harm than good. So through that study, I was able to share it with my colleagues and also let them know that, oh, this is this and this and this. We also thought about it, we talked about it, and we also discovered that, oh, there were other safer that won't give as much side effects compared to the original drug. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for.
I hope.
Thank you. I so much love pharmaceutical, but one of the thing that scares me most is what you just highlighted. How a particular drug can subdue or cure a particular illness. And later you find out that that particular drug has a very terrible side effects, and the pharmaceutical company will come out and release a press statement by saying we are sorry, but
Yes.
it has been done. People is like getting a pill for headache, and you finally you going with cancer. So it scares me a lot, and I hope that regulation that definitely can be a way where we can really have a divine and a total uh, regulation on that. Thank you so much. I will definitely come back, but you might want to ponder on this question that what's the difference between a disease and a sickness? But not now. Just yeah, I need you to educate us on that. All right, let me go to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, this is for you. It says, how do you stay updated on the latest trends and innovation in the field of design? And how do you incorporate them into your work at your present job? I'll take that again. He said, how do you stay updated on the latest trend and innovation in the field of designs, and how do you incorporate these new trends at your present place of job? Please talk to me.
All right, thank you, sir. So there are a couple of ways, mostly informal, where I stay updated with design trends. So it's no news that most designers, most proficient designers are on LinkedIn, displaying their work. They're on Twitter, on Instagram. So as a tech person, I take advantage of these media platforms, right? So I follow proficient designers, I follow brand designers, graphic designers, and UX UI designers. So I observe their trends, observe their designs, and there are also some websites where current designs are being posted to. Like in Pinterest, Dribble, Behance, and many of these platforms. So oftentimes before a project starts, I just go to those sites just to get inspiration, really. And they have been effective. And another means that has helped me largely is YouTube. So there are very good designers on YouTube, although some people might try to criticize that, but then I feel they are very good. So I follow their work. in as much as I am a good designer, I still take some of their classes just to stay updated. I take their UX UI design classes just to refresh my understanding of the topic and to be current, right? I subscribe to their weekly newsletter just to see what is currently trending and what is in vogue, and many other activities similar to this. So this has helped me to stay conversant and up to date with the common trend in design, really.
Thank you so much. I want to align my position with yours when the richest man, Elon Musk, did talked about YouTube. He said that's the biggest and the largest learning platform in the world. It doesn't
Yes,
seem
sir.
going to university that the YouTube is the biggest university that you can acquire skills and knowledge. I think I quite agree with you. So I don't know whoever will not agree with or align with your position about YouTube. I don't know where such person is coming from, but give and take, I think YouTube happens to be the largest platform to acquire skills and knowledge. Thank you so much for sharing that. Of course, the man with the D, this is your last question, and it says, if given the opportunity, what are your career aspirations and how do you envision contributing to the broader healthcare community in the future? I'll take that again. It says, if you are given the opportunity, Daniel, what are your career aspirations and how do you envision contributing to the broader healthcare community in the future? Please tell us about it.
All right, sir. If given the opportunity, I would like to establish a clinic which gives free medical checkup to elderly people or people susceptible to particular diseases. And then as to how I can aid the broader development of healthcare and all that, I feel the first and most important step will always be education. That's the literacy. Literacy. So we need to teach people more about certain diseases, how they can avoid it, how they come in contact with the microorganisms which causes these diseases, because there are a lot of them actually that we come across during our day-to-day activity. A very simple one is, let's say a man going to work, he takes public transport. While in that public transport, is in a confined, so someone with a disease that can be that is communicable by wind. Let's say the man has cough. You are in the public transport, you are in a confined space. So if that man should cough, if he doesn't cover his mouth, if he doesn't cough into his elbow, and you don't have your nose mask, you are highly susceptible to that disease. So these are the things I really wish to educate the general public more on different diseases that are actually killing us. I wish to teach them how to stay healthy so as to have a longer, healthier life. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. I like that. That must be pretty uh, human of you to think that deep for the community. And I must confess,
Thank you, sir.
it doesn't really cost so much to be good or to be kind to people. The intention should be very clear, giving people another chance in life. Thank you for sharing that. Of course, let me go to Emmanuel. Looking ahead, what are your career goals and aspirations, and how do you see yourself contributing to the design industry in the future? I'll take that again. Looking ahead, what are your career goals and aspirations, and how do you use yourself contributing? How do you see yourself contributing to the design industry in the future? Please talk to me. The time start now.
Right. Thank you, sir. So far, I must confess this is my favorite part of this session. So aside being a designer, I am a teacher. So before I gained admission to the university, I taught in 3 different schools, primary and secondary. While I was in the university, I I offer tutorials to my classmates and my juniors as well for free. I mean, it's just something I love doing. Is now I just realized that wow, so I'm actually a teacher, right? Then I was just doing it for the money and the attention. So after my graduation, I started a project which I would love to continue till Jesus comes. And this project is simply to educate the youth and teenagers like myself with tech education, ranging from graphic design to UX UI design to web design and tech. Even though I'm not proficient in web development or other tech courses, I we are working on getting proficient tutors that will take students on this. The plan has already started. It started about 2 months ago, where I started training some young ones, youth, and even some adults on graphic design and UX UI design. So it's something I love doing. And this training, surprisingly, is free, right? So we are looking at expanding to the larger community just to get more people to take advantage of this opportunity. So I would say that this is my own way of contributing to the larger community. That is by reproducing my skills in others, making them, have this opportunity I have now, right? Because if you assess the economy of Nigeria today, it's quite difficult for one to thrive, and that's why many young ones are engaging in fraud. So this is one motivator for me that informed me on taking this decision, just to offer these people better opportunities to to thrive in this economy rather than engaging in fraudulent activities. So this is my own way of contributing, really, to reproduce new sets of creative genius into the Nigerian community. Thank you, sir.
I must confess that you see, Daniel is giving applause already. I like that. I thank you for
Sir.
sharing that with us. Ifeanyi Okonkwo, please, what's your assessment? What's your take on Emmanuel and Daniel? Please talk to us.
Okay, thank you so much. Actually, it has been an amazing time listening to these two genius, Yeah, both of them actually have good understanding of the reason why they are here this morning. But then quickly, I will just want to, for the sake of the record, just point out some things for you to work on moving forward. For Daniel have a good understanding of the time management. Daniel needs to do more research on his field, and to know that when he's given an opportunity to pitch himself, he's actually given an opportunity to sell his skills, his experience, and confidence in a lifetime. And so you want to put your best to it, knowing that, hey, this thing is going to determine what's going to be putting food on your table. And so, like the way it appeared when we started the session, of course, we show you that probably it was a bit more disorganized. But then you want to also take into cognizance that, to know that when you're going for a pitching or an interview in anywhere, you should appear good. It portrays confidence, it portrays self-worth, first of all, because you dress the way you want to be addressed, right? So knowing that your appearance, first of all, speaks loud before you begin to talk. And then I also want to point out his confidence level in his rendition. Of course, you know that, yes, he knows what he's saying, but then there is a denial of that fact in his facial expression and even in his gestures. So next time you may want to take a bit more comfortable environment and a posture, just like what Emmanuel did. I like the position he took, and it gave him that privilege to be able to talk properly. So I saw you see what I'm doing now. Daniel, did you take notes? This is what you're doing. So it's a bit more distracting when you are not well positioned and then you're having conversations like this. But generally, you did well. You had very good time management abilities, and you also have very good knowledge of the field you studied, that course you did. Okay, so kudos, and I want to congratulate you for coming on this show. Then quickly to Emmanuel, you did great. You did great. I mean, the way your storytelling abilities was really captivating. You know, you have very good storytelling abilities, and then your real life case studies, samples you were giving us, and that was also very good. You have very, very good background knowledge of what you do, and I commend you for that. So, but moving forward, just know, because this is a time-based pitch yourself show, you next time you just want to hit the nail on the head, and then you can go over to your storytelling. Because I notice when the question comes forth, you start by your good storytelling ability. So everybody is captivated, and you may not have all the time to finish up. So you want to quickly hit the nail on the head and say, yes, this is what you do, this is what, because the trick of this whole thing is that there is nothing we are doing that is outside your CV. Okay? It's about your skills, it's about your talent, it's about your qualifications. Okay? It's about your achievements. So when you quickly put that forward, the storytelling can come as a backup. All right. So that's the only thing I have to tell you. And I must tell you that you will go far. You'll go far. Kudos. Well done, Sam. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
You guys see my punch officer? You know, listen, he's here, that's his job. It doesn't mean that whatever he has said will affect your next move. You know, it's just a recommendation for you to be better. You know, but I like to put him there so that he can, things I cannot say, I'm not in the country, you know, he can punch it out quickly so that you guys won't say the job show man is very mean, you know. So thank you, Ifeanyi, for punching that out quickly. Now that we've actually done your pitch, can you tell us the job, and I'll start with you, Daniel, the job you are looking for, the kind of job you want recruiters to reach out to you for, the salary expectations, and of course the location of the job you are seeking for. 3 questions in one. The kind of job type you're looking for, your salary expectation, and of course the location of the job. Please talk to me.
Okay, sir, the type of job I'm looking for, I enjoy talking to people. So I'd like something in something that has customer relations. And I'm also very interested in the tech aspects. Even though I'm not very fluent in it yet, I recently started studying Python. So if there's a job that also comes with me learning more about tech and other stuff like that, I would love it, sir. As for the salary expectations, sir, um, honestly, I don't really think that's an issue. As far as it's something I enjoy doing and I feel it is well deserved. So let's say 80,000 naira upwards. And then as for the place, um, Lagos would be fantastic, sir. Lagos State.
Thank you so much. I think I like that. You know, skills is one thing that you definitely can't get wrong. You can't go hungry when you are skillful. You know, I like the part of the Python, the tech aspect that you want to divert into. Imagine that you're a pharmacist, and of course you're also a tech guru. Come on,
That's the goal, sir.
you will be hitting more than $1 million every year. That's a good one. All right, let's go to the man with the E. Emmanuel, talk to me.
Okay. I must confess, I get really nervous when we start talking about pricing.
It's okay.
So it has been my dream to work for a company in overseas, right? Because the exchange rates is going to be to my favor. So initially, I was looking at 70K per year, $70,000 per year, because that's the standard over there. But as a beginner, I don't mind going with half of the price, 35K per year. If you convert that to Naira, that would be like, don't let me convert it.
Don't fall off my chair. Please don't convert it. These days, we don't
Yes,
know what the conversion rate is. Tomorrow is 1,500. Today is 1,400. You know, we all pray for that country. We're going along with that country. That's a good one. So you didn't tell us the location you want to work.
Oh, I was initially looking at the UK or the US, right? So I can earn in dollars. But I don't mind anyone with solid, solid income, really. And the kind of job, for now, it's I would prefer a remote job where I can work from home. And I should say that I'm very good at working under pressure, really. So even though I'm working from home, I'm able to handle the demands that comes with it. So that's it, sir.
Thank you so much for that. You know, working under pressure. Somebody cracked a joke that he said I can work under pressure. I brought him on board, and I gave him that pressure. And 2 days after, he came back and said, "These people want to kill me. These people want to kill me. How much are you paying me? How much are you?" And we reminded him that I thought you said that's your number one strength. You can work under pressure, you know. So I like the part that, and I'm hoping that, one thing I also like about Emmanuel is that you are very audible and very clear about what you want, you know. He said he wants the standard is 70,000. If he probably can get half of it, and he wants to work in UK or the US remotely, that's very ascertain. I like that. That's very sharp. Both of you are very exceptional. I think I enjoyed myself on that platform. Thank you so much. Do you have any question for me before I disappear? It's 5 a.m. here.
Oh, none from my end, sir.
Okay, Mr. Daniel
None from me, sir.
and Mr. Ifai.
Just to wish you a blessed day ahead, sir.
All right. Can you guys stop doing this sad thing? Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you around. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best. You did well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.